crafters, Lisa from Fun Stuff Crafts back again with you today. I am so glad you guys were able to join me. Now today's project for Inspiration Friday was all brought to us because I had the opportunity last night to teach a class at our local craft pie and art bar. And the ladies there were great as usual, and we had a great time. Last month, when I was doing an intro to the Cricut machine, I asked them for ideas. What would you guys like to learn? And one of the things one of the ladies had said is, I hear you can make stickers with the Cricut. So that's why we did a sticker class last night. So I thought I would put together a blog post and a YouTube tutorial on how to make stickers using your Cricut. So I will tell you that I am using Cricut's printable stickers. Now this is the white sticker. They do have a clear sticker also, which I think is a really cool idea too, that you can add like stickers to gifts. Think about if you picked up a really cute candle and you wanted to put a sticker or a cute saying on it. You could do some really neat things. And of course you can always use stickers on the back of cards. If you're doing a lot of bazaars this year and you want some thank yous, something to put on your bags, all kinds of different things. So I'm going to show you some really cool ideas of what you can do with stickers. The other thing is I wanted to share with you is I have had success using this sticker paper that I picked up off of Amazon. So as an example, I've just put a sample of some stickers that I had did that has my logo on it. So I use those when I'm doing classes. If I am selling any of my product, I always like to put a little sticker in there. Today, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be making this sample page of stickers. And what I think is really fun here is that you can do all different size stickers. Normally I print the same sticker all on one piece of paper, but this is an example of doing all different ones that you can do with the paper. So I am going to get my camera angle changed, and where we're going to meet back is in Design Space, because I'm going to show you how I put these together. And we're going to be using a couple features in Design Space that we've done before, but we're going to be using the slice feature, and we're going to be using the print and cut feature. So give me a second, get my camera angle changed, and we will get making. Okay, now that we've launched Design Space, here's a couple examples of some stickers that I've already put together. And they're using a couple different features. The first sticker I have here, the thank you sticker, I use the cut and slice with. And this one I just made fit my size of my sticker. And then this one I just used the slice feature. So we're going to go ahead and try a couple different versions of stickers. You can use these for so many different things, and Cricut has both printable sticker paper and printable clear sticker paper. So it just depends on what you want to use it for. So let's start out with this first one. The first one is I start out with a white base, and I really start out with a white base on all of these. So I have found that a good size sticker is about a 2 by 2. I can get 12 printed on my Cricut, and so I like to start out with that 2 by 2 size. Now I like to turn my background to white. And we are going to be using the print feature on this, so you are going to need to have a printer available, and definitely a colored printer available. So now I want to add on a design to this round circle that I've got. So I'm going to go out here and I'm going to go to images, and I'm going to type in watercolor. Lots of really beautiful different prints out there in watercolor that we can pick from. And you can see most of these already have the print logo on them. And so I'm just going to go ahead, and this is the one that I used on the one that you see in the on my canvas. But I'm going to go ahead and grab this one just to have something a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and import it in, and you'll notice as it comes in, it is definitely bigger, so I can downsize it a little bit there. And if I kind of want some of my white sticker to show up, I think I'm going to overlay it just a little bit there. So you can see I've got my white circle that is 2 by 2, and then I've got my image. Now, we've talked about before, you can slice when you've got two images. So I'm going to hit my shift key. I've got my flowers selected right now, and now I'm going to select the circle, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to hit slice, or I could right click and I could hit slice. Okay, now before I do anything, I want you guys to notice over here that I have got some extra images. Okay, so I have got this image, and if I were to move it, you would see that it is what got sliced out. Okay, so we can either hit delete here or we can hit delete. I don't need that, right? So the next image is our image that we want to keep, and you can see what I have left is my circle, and then it's sliced into the white part. Okay, so I want to put those back together. So I'm going to go ahead and weld those back together, and then I'm going to bring this over here, and you can see because it's sliced, it wants to go in the back. So you can right click and you can send the white to the back. Okay, so now I have got this, and if you'd like to make sure you're centered, go ahead and grab both of your pieces and go up here to align, and you can put center. Okay, so now we have got, and I'm just going to center that just a little bit differently because I've got it off. Okay, so now I want to add on, I'm going to make these be a thanks instead of thank you. So let's go ahead and add some text and just type the word thanks. Okay, and I love the Magnolia font. It is a free font that you can pick up. It's Magnolia Sky, and you can pick up this font at defont.com for free use. And so as you can see, whenever we're using letters like this, when they're split apart in a cursive writing, we want to bring them together. Now there's a couple ways you can do it. The easiest way is to come up here to letter space and just click and see how it's moving it. And a lot of times I'm lucky enough to be able to do it that way. If it didn't work, you can also come up here to advanced, and then that's actually where you ungroup each one of your letters and you can move them yourself. Okay, so now I want to make this so it will fit into my sticker. Okay, now normally I would always recommend that you weld your letters together, but we're not going to be printing or cutting these letters out. We're going to be printing them, so we're fine. But one thing I do want to do is I want to change the color. So I've got the thanks all highlighted. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go see if I can find kind of a pinkish color. And I'm going to go down to advanced because I'm not quite liking that pink. Let's just see, I think I like that one. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so we can see it better. And now that I do that, I don't like that pink. So let's go ahead and see if we can find a better pink. Go over here and try to grab. There we go. No. Okay, let's go with that one. So now if I grab that all and I say flatten, and you will see that I've got, this is a cut, this is a cut, and this is a cut. Okay, now I want you to watch what happens when I flatten it. When I flatten it, now I've got one that is a cut and print. So it's going to print it first and then it's going to cut it. Now, so we can see this a little bit better, I'm going to throw out a just darker image so you can really see what this looks like. And I'm just doing this just so you guys can see what the label looks like. So see, now we've got this cute thanks. It's a 2 by 209, so it's a little bit big, not quite in exactly a 2. So I'm going to undo my lock button, and I want to make that be an exact 2, so it's a complete circle. Okay, so that is how we do it if we want to kind of let the design go over the top. Okay, so that one goes with this design. Okay, So now let's try one like this. So what I've done here is, once again, I'm starting out with a circle, and I'm gonna, once again, I'm gonna make it a 2 by 2, and I'm gonna turn it white. Just now, keep in mind, whatever color your background is, that's what is going to print, right? So if you wanted it to be a different color, you definitely could, but I like to just go with the white. I think it stands out. Now for this one, I'm going to add an image, and for this one, I happen to do Jingle Bells. Actually, I did Christmas lights, didn't I? See if we can find, let's try to find something just a little bit different. Well, let's just go with a reef, okay? So let's go ahead and just grab this as a cute little reef, because this one we're gonna make fit. And so I'm not gonna use the slice feature at all. And I am going to make that fit right inside my, okay? So what I'm going to do, so I know that I've got it right, is I'm going to grab my circle, I'm going to hit my shift key, and I'm going to grab my reef, and I'm going to do a line, and I'm going to do center. Okay, so right now that's centered. Now the way that's showing right now is I am going to have a white print or a white line all the way around it. Okay, so I'm not thinking that I'm going to like that, so I am actually, we're going to change up a little bit here, and we are going to slice that one out. So let's go ahead and grab that. Let's grab that as a slice. We can get rid of this guy. We can weld these guys back together. Oops. Uh-oh. Well, let's do the undo button. And let's grab this guy and this guy, and let's weld it back together. And now we're going to bring this back over to okay. So now we have got this, and now we're going to add on our text, and we're just going to say Happy Holidays. And I always like to align it, center right align it. You don't necessarily need to do that. And I'm going to bring my spacing together again. So I'm going to bring those letters together. Okay, got my letters together. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to put it right in the center there. I think this one will look really cute as a deeper red. Okay, then I'm going to grab it all, just like we did before, and I am going to flatten. Okay, so reality is this one now matches this one. So this one I cut to make it look just like it would. Okay, so let's go back to this one. So we're going to put a shape in, and I'm going to remake exactly the one that I have right there up above. So let's do a 2 by 2. And this is just repetitive, just so you guys remember how to do it. And it's a 2 by 2. I'm going to go out to my images, and I'm going to do Christmas lights. And love it when it doesn't search for what I'm actually looking for. Crazy. I'm not finding those Christmas lights again. Take that printable off. Here we go. Let's grab these ones. Okay. And I am going to, let's just do something a little different here. So let's go ahead and duplicate this. And then let's flip this guy. See how we're making them fit? It's all going to be on a white label, right? And then let's go ahead and do our text of Happy Holidays. I'm going to make that all one this time. Let's make that be a whole lot smaller so we can see it. And again, I'm just clicking it to bring them closer together. Almost there. Sometimes when you make it bigger, you can see how close you are. You definitely need to go, just trying to bring those, there we go. Now we've got it, and I'm going to go ahead and make him now so he fits. Whoops. A little click happy there, Lisa. Make him so he fits right there. And I am going to go ahead and unlock him, and I'm just going to make that be a little bit bigger. Okay, once again, we're going to go here, and we are going to go to flatten. Okay, so now when you go to do a print and cut, Cricut only allows you to do a print and cut that is 6 3/4 by 9 1/4. So we could definitely just hit make it, and these would sort automatically. In fact, let me just show you. If we hit make it right now, it is going to go over and it's going to put them all on this size piece of paper. But once you use a piece of sticker paper, you basically are wasting it. So we don't want to waste all this extra paper. So let's go back to cancel. And what I like to do is I like to take a shape and that is 6 3/4 by 9 1/4. And what we're going to do is we are going to place our stickers inside of that, and we're going to use up our spacing. So let's go ahead and go to put out a square out there, and let's go ahead and make it the width of 6.75, and let's unlock it, and then we're going to make the height be 9.25, okay? And then we're going to turn it to be white. And we're going to definitely go back to 100%. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this to the back, and then I can start to place my stickers here. And you can get your stickers really close together. And now what I can do is I can do my shift key and I can highlight these guys. See how I'm just grabbing them all, and I can hit duplicate. Okay, and then what I can do is, my computer's being really slow today. Gotta wait for a second here. And then once you've got your duplicate, you can bring them down below. Okay, for whatever reason, it did not pick up this guy. But the other thing I like to do is when you're playing with your space, maybe you want some smaller stickers, right? So maybe we want to duplicate this guy, just the thank you, and you can move him over here. Oops. And maybe thank yous are ones that I use more often, right? And so what I could do now is I can hit duplicate, and I can make some more of these guys, and I can place them. So we're using up all of our sticker paper. That's a pretty small sticker. Let's make that guy be 1 by 1. See if I can get him to fit. Yep, he's gonna fit. Okay. So you guys get the gist of what I'm doing here. I'm gonna duplicate this guy again. I really like this flower, thank you. It's a really cute one. Okay, and let's go ahead and duplicate this guy one more time. And you guys can do, but what I suggest you do is use up your paper as much as possible. Okay, so now we don't need this paper behind it anymore. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and delete it. Okay, now if I hit make right now, Cricut, chances are, is not going to get these all on one sheet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm either going to grab them like this, or I could have hit the select all. Okay, and I am going to group these together. Okay, you don't want to use attach. Okay, we want to use group. Okay, so now we can see that we've got everybody set up as a print and everybody set up as a cut. So if I go over to make now, what's going to happen is it is going to take it over to our mat, and there should just be one mat here, and that mat is going to have a black line around it, and the black line is the indication of the 6 3/4 and the 9 1/4. Okay, and so it looks like it didn't like those two little ones. Okay, so didn't quite get it sized. I must have been hanging over just a little bit. But what we have now here is we've got a mixture. Now, a lot of times when I'm printing my images, I do all one image on a sheet, but I just wanted to show you guys the variety here. Okay, so you do not use mirror image when you're doing a print and cut. And so the next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and do continue. And when I do continue, the first thing that's going to do is you need to print this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my printer button. And for this example, I am using Cricut printable paper. And so what I'm going to do is I've got my printer selected, and I'm going to leave bleed on. Now, the only one that is really going to use the bleed option are these greener ones. And what bleed is it gives the print out just a little bit more, so when it's cutting, there's no chance of a white edge around it. Okay. The other thing is if you click on use system dialog, what will happen is you will hit print here, and then it's going to bring up my printer options from my printer. So it takes just a second. It's going to connect over to my Epson, and I'm going to get a piece of paper out while it's doing that so I can get ready to load it into my Epson. Now, sticker paper, you always want to read how your printer works, but my printer is, the printer part goes face down. So I'm going to put it in my tray table face down. Now for mine, I have mine preset to always be at color. This is not a two-sided piece. I am going to go out here and I tell it I want it to print the best quality. Okay, and the media type, now I don't have a label option on mine, and so I am going to say that it is the high gloss paper, and so that way it knows it's a thicker paper when it's actually going through my printer. So I'm going to go ahead and print it, and after that's printed, we'll meet you over at my Cricut Maker, and we'll get ready to put it on the mat and cut it out. Okay, now we're at my mat, and now you'll see that it has printed a black line all the way around, just like we saw in Design Space, and I'm going to be very careful about putting it down and lining it up. Okay, really important that you do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and open my Maker, and I am going to hit the load button. Now I'm going to hop back over into Design Space because I want to show you what options we're going to be using when we actually do the printing, and then we'll come back here. Okay, now that we have printed our design and we've loaded it on our paper, it's really important that we select the correct material. So I'm going to go up to Browse Material, and I am going to put in sticker, not ticker. I'm going to put in sticker. And I am going to pick, I'm not using, for this one, I'm not using the clear printable sticker, I'm just using straight sticker paper. Now it's really important to grab the right one here. I've done a lot of testing on different types of paper. I am using Cricut paper today. I have also had success using the Avery sticker paper, and for the Avery and then the Astro sticker paper, I've actually used the feature of sticky note has worked. But today we're using Cricut paper, and so we're going to select the sticker paper. We're going to hit done here, and then it is going to tell me that we are ready to go. My fine point blade is already loaded, and we're going to flip back over to my machine and we're going to watch it print. Okay, so my machine is ready to go. I've got it pulled out just about the right spot. I'm going to go ahead and hit my Cricut button, and just like in other cases, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to go out and it's going to check and make sure that we've got the lines, because he knows that it is a print and cut. So it's looking, and my maker is reading those little lines so it knows exactly where to cut it. It's got a lot of precision there. So it's checking and making sure that all four sides are exactly where it expects it to be. Then once that is done, it's going to go over just like it always does and check to make sure I've got the right blade in. It's done that. And so now what it's going to do is it is going to go out and it is going to start cutting all of our stickers. Okay, so we're all done. Move my machine back, and I am going to remove. Now, just like we do with our vinyl, we want to take it off from the back, and you can see here from the back that it is nice and all put together here, but here you are able to see I have got a nice sticker that I can peel off and use. Now, if you're making these stickers for somebody, maybe a section for them or to give to them, I would suggest you cut these off like this. And the other thing you can do is if you had selected a different cut, it would have cut all the way through. I like leaving them on the paper, and so they store much easier. So it depends on your use that you want to use your stickers. But this was a walkthrough on how you can use your Cricut Maker and Design Space to make all different types of stickers. Just think of the ideas. So I've shown you just a few ideas for stickers. There are so many uses, and the process we went through today will get you started making your own stickers. I also have a detailed blog post on making stickers that you might want to check out. I have a link below to my blog. Thanks so much for joining me today for another Inspiration Friday. If you have any questions, please add a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And click the bell to be reminded whenever I upload a video. Thanks so much for joining me here at Fun Stuff Crafts.